Welcome to your 40-ish minute workout, everyone. Thank you all so much for turning out. Let us begin in a child's pose. Take those knees out wide, tapping those toes back behind you. Sink your hips back towards your heels, maybe give them a little shake. Fingertips reach out long as you draw your forehead to the mat. Maybe turn your head from side to side, welcoming yourselves to your bodies, to your mats, to your breath. Taking a few moments to draw that breath in nice and deeply through the nose and maybe a few heavy sighs out through the mouth. Settling into this stretch, reaching those fingertips perhaps a little further forward, nestling those hips maybe a little further backward, getting that length through the spine. We'll rock up onto our hands and bring a little movement through the body as we take a baby press up. The heels can lift towards the heels. So warming up through the shoulders here. You can even give a little wave-like action if you like through the spine, articulating through those vertebrae. Fantastic. Just see how you feel this morning, bringing some energy into your baby press up. We'll find our way into a tabletop position, stacking those shoulders over the wrists, those hips are over the knees. And move through a few rounds of cat-cow. Again, the breath is really going to help you tune into what you're feeling through the spine. So as you drop your belly, you'll breathe in, maybe the gaze lifts. As you press into the hands, breathe out and feel your upper back dome towards the ceiling. You can tuck your chin towards your chest. Wash through this for a few rounds. Just see what's going on through the shoulders, through the chest, certainly through the spine. We'll offer up some circles through the hips, just making that generous shape through this so you can really see what's happening through the outer hips, through the sides of the waist. Again, these are all meant to be kind of informative movements in the morning, and then swap out that direction through your hips. Before we move on to our backs, let's take ourselves as we draw those knees in towards the chest. And with the knees not being grounded, see what's going through the hips here. You can take those circles one way, and then the other way. You could even split the knees from one another, getting even more movement through those hip joints. We'll find our way with our limbs up towards the ceiling. Give those rinse in through the wrists and ankles. We'll find the feet nice and wide on the mat, knees towards the ceiling. Just wash those knees from side to side. So you're rolling across the glutes here while getting a little twist through the spine. If there's any last little movement that you'd like to do, if you know that happy baby gets you a little more open through the hips, feel free to take that. You decide, again, really just seeing what feels good through the body in the morning before we start our full body workout. We're gonna hit all the hot spots today. We'll bring our feet parallel to one another. We're setting up for our bridge work. So this is a place where we can really tap into the work, to our breath. Feet are parallel to one another, hips distance apart. Feel that tailbone lengthening as you try and draw that pelvis up a little bit. As you press into the feet, send those hips high and give it a nice little squeeze through the glutes, and then lower to a hover. Settle into this slow pace, just awakening up the body, certainly the front body as you send those hips nice and high, keeping that glute engagement even as you lower. This slow pace has a slow burn, so as you notice the work building through the glutes, through the hamstrings, can you keep the work away from your jaw? Maybe softening through the face, staying in touch with the breath. Again, let that be your guide as to how you're working through your body. Looks really good, you guys. So those knees are stacked over the heels, so you're not jamming through the knees in any way. Nice slow pace to begin with to feel those major muscle groups firing. We'll take these slow paces. Let's go for another 5. Exhale, 4 as you lift. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. We're gonna pop up onto our tippy toes. The heels are lifted. Maybe the toes come a little closer towards the glutes. And from this lifted position, you're just winging your knees out wide and then bring them back to parallel. So while you're on your tippy toes, it gives you the freedom to keep those toes tracking in line with the knees so you're not jamming through the knees at all. So really nice lift through the hips Shine those hip points towards the ceiling, and you'll feel those adductors and abductors, those are your inner and outer hip lines, firing to move the knees away and then towards one another. Squeezing the whole time as you stay lifted. That's it, Greg, you got it. And let's take these out wide for 5, 4, 3, last 2, last 1. Stay high on your tippy toes and we'll pulse these out. So we're double timing our pace. Again, maybe nestle those shoulders under, get a little more lift. And squeezing the whole time, find those pulses as you lift towards the ceiling. Fire up the glutes without firing up through the jaw, through the shoulders, through the neck. Fantastic, Billy, you got it. If you feel like you're kind of checking out or tuning out or zoning out, give a little tap to those glutes. Make sure they are firing. You got it, Sab. Keep going. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Welcoming yourselves to that sensation through the back body. That's what we're going for. Strengthening those hip flexors. Oh yeah, nothing through the lower back as you feel that belly engaged. And we're finishing these up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Oh, that's a feeling. Maybe you haven't had that feeling in a while. Hopefully it feels good through the body. Rock from side to side. Give a little release, drawing those knees in towards the chest. We're going to load up the left leg by crossing the right foot on top. Figure 4 through the legs. And here we go. Nice slow pace to begin with. So really finding that grounding sensation through that left heel even to send those hips high. Find that exhale. And that right hip wants to sag. Can you bring it more in line with that left hip? You're sending everything equally up towards the ceiling. Ooh, but that left glute is doing the work. Looks awesome, Jeannie. You got it. Stay with it again. Check in with your breath. Find that strong exhale. Don't have to do too many of these to really feel that work build through that left side glute. We'll take another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll send the right leg towards the ceiling. We'll pop up onto those left tippy toes. You may have to bring the hips down just to find that nice height through that left heel and pulse from here. So think about those right toes helping send your right hip in line with the left. Ooh, yeah. So we are loading up that left side glute. Feel the tailbone lengthening here. The exhale helps support that belly engagement. That's it, Hamish. Nice extension through those right side toes. Yeah, Nicole, a little higher through the hips, some of you. And we're pulsing these out. We'll go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight to the second side. We'll get that nice little release through that left outer hip as we take the foot across that right side thigh. Slow pace in your figure 4. Yeah, layers are coming off. That means the work is happening. Building up some heat. Again, tap into that strength through that right side glute, hamstring. Pressing into that heel to get those hips lifted. And check in with your pacing, with your breath. Fantastic, Bronny, you've got it. Squeezing and keeping some engagement even as you lower. Can you soften through the jaw? How does this right side feel versus the left? Pretty typical to have one side be more dominant, so just enjoy the ride, whatever you're feeling through the body. We'll take these slow paces for 5, last 4, last 3, last 2. Left leg shoots towards the ceiling. Maybe readjust by bringing those right toes in, send the right heel high, and pulse from here. So lots of energy through that lifted leg. Maybe the toes point to fire up that leg line. Oh, yes, bro. Fantastic. Keep going. That's it. Little pulses. Fantastic, Dougal. You got it. Send those left toes higher. Can that left hip be in line with that right hip? That's the tricky part. Strong through the back body to stay lifted and pulsing. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can I get an amen? Lower down, hug those knees in towards the chest, rock from side to side. We're just gonna finish up our glute work with wide-legged, nice and slow pace, just to fire up those outer hips some more. Toes are turned out, heels are slightly in, tailbone is lengthening. And here we go. It feels really nice to have the solidity of both feet on the mat. Squeezing and lowering. So very precise work here in our last set of bridge work. Use that exhale and then lower to a hover. Really fantastic. You got it. Those outer hips are firing. That glute med, so good for our stability. Inner thighs are working as well. This is our last little blast here in our glutes. So after that, we'll move on to our planks. And we'll take these wide-legged for another 5. Really squeezing. Last 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Give yourself a nice little release here. Drawing those knees in towards the chest, rocking from side to side. Nice work, you all. We are coming into our core work, starting through planks, so working our way around the whole core. We start on our right side, so if you know that you like to come up onto your right hand, certainly you may do that. I find a little more support by bringing my forearm down, just a little more surface area to work with. Left foot is going to stack in front of that right foot. You may certainly use the support of that right knee bent and down as work. We'll offer up a nice little extension through that top arm, and we're on for a minute. Here we go. Send those left fingertips high. Hike those hips up, and they are in line with your heels and your shoulders, so you're not in a crooked fashion in your plank. You may even feel your right side waist firing as you send the hips even higher. Looks so good. A lot of energy of pressing into that right side forearm. Yeah, can you lift the hips a little higher? We're halfway through, so if you want to take any sort of modification, you can come on down to that right knee. It seems like a crowd favorite is the scoop under. Let's do it if you want to, adding that thoracic rotation. Can you keep that left side nice and hoisted as you bring that left arm into a sweeping motion? Yeah, it looks really good. Last 3, 2, 1. Come on down. If you need to give that shoulder a little release, we'll come right into our back extension. So like I said, working our way around the core, you're on your bellies. We'll do some parachuting for 30 seconds. So I want you to think of the lift on the inhale and the exhale, a slow lower, like you're floating down. Elbows can stay nice and wide in line with the shoulders. And the thighs lift, the chest lifts. And that slow, controlled lower to really fire up through those extensors. Yeah, fantastic, Hamish, you got it. Firing up through the glutes, the hamstrings here. We'll take these for 3, 2, 1. Slow entry into a child's pose is a nice release here for the lower back, outer hips, forehead down. Fill up the backs of the lungs. And finding our way into our forearm plank. We're going for 1.5 minutes. We're jumping right in. If you need to come down to your knees at any time, let's give ourselves time to set up. Feet nice and wide, forearms down. I'm setting the clock, guys. I know people love a late entry. Here we go. So building it from the feet up. Press those heels away. Fire up those quads, cinch through the waist, press into those forearms, dome through the upper back, soften through your face, and find your breath. Really solid through the center. So there's an honest height through the hips. They are not too high or too low of your shoulders. So if you need to nestle those feet back a little, that might help with that alignment. Can you soften through your jaw here? Recommit to your leg strength. We are halfway through, so take stock. Where do you need to be in space? Does it make sense to come down to your knees? Again, no collapsing through the shoulders thanks to that energy of pressing down into your forearms. That's it, Barry, you got it. Can you draw your floating ribs towards your hips a little and get more solid through your center? We've got 20 seconds to go. Tapping into that even breath. Yeah, it looks really good, you guys. And we're finishing this minute and a half in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Lately, I've been stretching that out with my arms straight and just a little yawning open through the front body. You could take another child's pose, you decide. But we're coming into our back extension work for the second round. So floating it up in our parachutes for 30. Here we go. Can you be nice and precise here through the lift and through the lower? So you really feel what needs to engage to get as much distance away from your mat. And that slow, controlled lower. Yeah, it looks fantastic. You got it, Phil. So good. Long through the neck, so you're not jamming through the cervical spine. And we're done in 2 and 1. Again, a nice little rinse out through child's pose. Ooh, yeah. Tapping into your breath. How does it help you stretch? There she is, Billy. Come on down to that left side forearm. Again, coming to the left knee if you want. Let's send that right arm high. A minute hold here. So find your alignment, find that left side oblique strength. You could come up onto that left hand if you did so on the other side. You can modify by coming to that left knee. Yeah. Heels, hips, and shoulders all in a line, and no collapse through that left shoulder. Keep it healthy. We'll take that scoop under if you did so on that first side. Staying honest with the lift through the waist, through the hips. Yeah, so nice thoracic rotation. Yeah, so strong, Jeannie, you got it. Nice and fluid through that rotation. Looks really strong this morning, I love it. And we're finishing up these side planks in 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Let's, once again, maybe a little shoulder roll. Just give it a little break. Okay, we're starting week 3, week 1 of 3 weeks, hitting it pretty hard. I've got a little special treat for you. We are doing our abs work. We're doing 4 exercises, but the first 2 are 20 seconds and the second 2 are 30. Think you can handle it, guys? Let's see how we go. You're gonna love the second 2 and you're gonna love doing them for 30 seconds. If you approach it with that attitude, you will love it. We'll see how we go. All right, folks, let me make sure this speaker's on so you can hear it nice and loud through the Zoom. Our first one are gonna be a sit-up and heel tap, which is right and left side. Knees are bent, and you tap your heel as you come up into your full sit-up. Only doing those for 20 seconds because they're really 2 crunches. We're doing a very slow motion bicycle, like you are treading through some mud or whatever consistency you want, but take it really slow. For 30 seconds, we'll sit up and we'll do our Russian twist, heels down or floating. And for another 30 seconds, we're doing crossed arm sit-ups, so the arms are coming across the chest, and you're coming on up. Those are our 4. So 20 and 20, and then 30 and 30. 4 rounds. We got this. Shall we get after it? Sit up, heel taps. I want to make sure you guys feel like you're getting your workout. Here we go. So use that exhale. Maybe the arms don't even come back behind your head because you're relying less on momentum and lots of strength. So try and sit up so much so that you have access to your heels to tap it out one after the other. Use that exhale. Nice. change. Slow motion bicycles. I want you to be very specific with that elbow to knee and extension through the leg. Here we go. So working through the obliques here, keeping that lift of the head and shoulders up off of the mat without pulling yourself. And finding that true elbow to knee connection if you can manage. Yeah, good, nice. Change. Come on up to your sitting bones. Lean on back. And we're taking a twist from side to side. Here we go. 30 seconds of work here. So pace yourself. You can get as many or as few twists in as you like for the 30. Avoiding that rounding through the shoulders. Yeah, Bronny, looks really good. Think about a nice lift through the chest thanks to that strong abdominal work. Heels float or grounded, you decide. Yeah, bro, that's it. Using your exhale. 3, 2, 1. Change. We'll come on down to our sit-ups and take that cross the chest. Feet are down. Here we go. Use your exhale to come on up. Again, pacing yourself. The lowering back down to your mat requires just as much ab strength as lifting up towards your knees. Yeah, that's it, Hamish, you got it. Pacing yourself. You've got 30 seconds to play with. And approach it from a sense of play, right? Maybe that helps. Change. So now you have the format. We'll do it again 3 more times. Sit up and heel taps. Lots of sit-ups this morning. Oh yeah. Again, with 20 seconds, do you say to yourself, oh, I can get more in because I want to feel like I've done an equal amount? So funny how the brain works, right? Ooh. Keep going. Change. I feel like I went twice as fast with those. All right, slow motion. We're slowing it down. Slow motion bicycles. Really getting into the deep obliques. Here we go. Is there an ability to lift that opposite shoulder blade up off the mat? Get a little daylight there. Yeah, it looks fantastic, Dougal. You got it. So driving those heels away, strength through the legs. Change. Rock on up to your sitting bones. We'll take those Russian twists. More oblique work, just a little more challenging from this lifted position. If you wanted to make it even more challenging, you could add a weight. So I'm not sure what sort of equipment you have at home. You could add a pillow like Sav. Oh my God, that's so challenging. Way to take it up a notch, Sav. I love it. Nice work, you guys. That's a GB. 3, 2, 1. Change. Cross arm sit-ups. Recover, prepare. And here we go. Again, that pacing for 30. Using that exhale. You got it. So strong. Yeah, looks really good, Phil. If you're having trouble with your feet lifting, if you wanted to see how it felt tucking them underneath some furniture, that might be interesting. 3, 2, 1. Change. Back to the top. We're halfway through our ab work. This is what we signed up for. Sit up and heel taps. We got this. Here we go. Again, do the arms overhead back behind you provide more momentum, i.e. less reliance on your abs? If you were taking them up to the ceiling, you may find it a little less reliant on momentum. Change, just a different way to kind of explore. Slow motion bicycles, here we go. 3, 2, 1, here we go. So those lower abdominals are really working in conjunction with the obliques to send those heels just so they're hovering along the mat. the higher the legs shoot away, you might not access those lower abdominals. Fantastic slow pace, that's awesome. Change. Russian twists for 30. Again, take your pillow or whatever prop you would like. Lean on back. Stay leaning back. Heels down or up, you decide. Just do a little check-in with those shoulders. Can you draw them down the back a little more? A little more space between the ears and shoulders. Yeah, it looks really good, Dougal. You got it. Stay with that breath. Last 3, 2, and 1. Crossed arm sit-ups. Give yourself that little hug. You got this. And here we go. So very similar to the heel taps, to figure out what you rely on for coming up. We're taking all momentum out of it through the arms in this shape through crossed arms. Yeah, that's it, Barry. You got it. Powering up thanks to that strong exhale. Yeah. Fantastic. That's it, Bill. You got it. 2, 1. Change. Last 1. We got these. We could do them in our sleep. We're so good at them, right? Heel tap crunches. Or sit up and heel tap, I should say. You got it. Use that exhale. Nice, Jeannie. So strong. Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Slow motion bicycles. I almost am treating these almost like a rest. Anyone else? Catch your breath. Take it that slowly. Those fingertips are lightly supporting. There's no pull through the neck. Lots of energy through the legs to get that lower abdominal work. And of course, the obliques firing as you shoot elbow to opposite knee. Last thing for our seat, we'll take our twists. Lean on back. Here we go. That true rotation while staying lifted. Yes, Craig, fantastic. Just do a little shoulder check. Draw them down the back. Yeah, Philly, so good. Sternum lifting. Oh, yeah. 3, 2, 1. Change. Last call in our ab work. Crossed arm sit-ups. 3, 2, 1. 30 seconds, guys. Make it count. Stay true to your form. Really deep digging. I love it. Stay with that exhale. Almost done here. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. That was well done. So that was just a little extra in our abs, but you handled it like pros. I will show us what we're doing. So going kind of old school, we're gonna do 4 rounds. And we'll do the same for 4 rounds. That's still a little opportunity to add that extra 10 seconds for the 3rd and 4th. That means extra time in our burpees and our mountain climbers. Anyway, we're coming down for squats. 1.5 squats. We're turning our feet out wide. They're wider than our hips. Heels are slightly in. You come on down halfway and you take it down to your full wide-legged squat. Come on up halfway. So you're taking your squat in 2 parts. Lower for 2, up for 2. Our upper body work will be a plank to forearm to plank. Add the press up where you like. Of course, if you just want to do straight up press ups, go for that. Our balance work will be airplane with the right or the leg that's behind us pulsing for 3, 2, 1, and then knee to chest. And then shoot it back, airplane pulses for 3, knee to chest. And then we're doing 4 rounds of mountain climbers for our 4, and then we'll do our second set after we have a little break. So preparing now for our down for 2, up for 2 squats. Take them in that wide-legged shape. Opportunity to work those inner and outer hip lines again, while firing up through the quads and keeping the belly engaged. Turning those toes out, chest stays lifted, sink that tailbone down, lower for 2, and up for 2. So there's a little squeeze at the top. So feel that chest lifting. I like to lower, exhaling, and then inhaling to stand. Just take a little peek that those knees are tracking in line with your toes. Nice. Plank to forearm plank to press up. You can always skip the press up. You can always take it on your knees. You decide. Here we go. Can you be mindful of how much rotation you're getting through your hips? Hug the midline and try and keep that wave-like action to a minimum. It's challenging. Try alternating which forearm you come down to. Change. Nice work. Balancing. That left leg is grounding. We're tipping forward for airplane. 3 pulses and then knee to chest. Here we go. So glute work through that lifted right leg. And lots of core work to shift you forwards and backwards, drawing that knee to the chest at the end. Yeah, find a point to focus on in front of you. Maybe hands on your hips, maybe hands at your heart. Whatever's going to help you stabilize. Strong through that standing left leg. A little more time to play within your balance, which is kind of nice. Whew. Change. Conversely, a little more time to take it in our mountain climbers. So come on down, guys. I'm taking opposite knee, elbow. You decide. Some people like to just go straight, knee to elbow. But if you're drawing the knee to opposite elbow, a little more core work as you cross the midline. Find those shoulders over the wrists, and you're light through your toes. Yeah. Pacing yourself for 30, guys. You've got this. 3, 2, 1. Change. Catch your breath. We'll catch it in our wide squats. Down for 2, up for 2, heels in, toes out, tailbone drops. And just get down to business. So finding that leg work, that level change, that little moment of pause may tune you into that leg work even more. That's it, bro. Recover from that cardio here. Change. We'll come into our plank to forearm plank. 20 seconds of work here. Hug the midline. And here we go. Again, using that left-right brain to swap out which forearm you come down to. Fantastic, Hamish, you got it. You can always modify and do this certainly from your knees. That is a great option if you're building your upper body strength. Change. We'll catch the balance for 30 seconds. It's the right leg that is grounding, left leg lifts and pulses, and then knee to chest. Here we go. Take some time to notice what side feels more stable. Find your breath. Point to focus on in the front. Nice little moment of meditation before we get our cardio. So enjoy this 30 seconds. Nice work. Shall we get our mountain climbers on again? Here we go for 30. Pace yourself. Let's go. What sort of energy levels do you have for this round? So good. Light through those toes. Fantastic, Jeannie. You got it. Yeah, bro. Nice. 2, 1. Change. We're at the halfway mark of our first set. Catch your breath. Down for 2, up for 2. Nice wide shape through the legs. Tailbone dropping. Inner thighs are helping support this lowering and lifting, and certainly that outer hip work. Yeah, that's it, coach. Fantastic. Back to our upper body work with those plank to forearm plank. It may help with the hip stabilization if you take your feet a little wider and really fire up those legs so you feel that containment through your center. Yeah, Bronny, nice. Change. We're back to that left leg grounding us. Is there a little more capital T through the body as you pulse out that right leg? Hug the navel to the spine to support that. With 30 seconds, there's no need to rush through these transitions. Really focusing on building that left leg strength. Fantastic, that's it, Dougal. Change. Mountain climbers for the third round. Let's get after it. No fuss. We got it. You got it. So good, Philly. Just get that pace on and stay with it. Let your breath help you. A lot of energy through your center here. Keep going. Oh, yeah. Three, 2, 1. Down for 2, up for 2. Last round of these, guys. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. No fuss. We got it. Squeezing, breathing. It's all happening here in our squats. We got this. Nice, Jeannie. Love the weight. Change. Last thing on our forearms to plank for this round. Maybe you only take 3, but you're moving in such a way that those hips do not move. Of course they're going to move a little, but keeping that roll to a minimum. Yeah, looks awesome. That's it, Phil. Oh my God. Change. Nice work. We'll balance out with this left leg lifting, right leg nice and strong. Drop on that quad so you protect the hamstring, tipping forward and pulsing. Nice. So adding that little bit of movement may challenge the balance more. Settle into that work. Let the breath help you. Nice. 3, 2, 1. Change. Last round of our mountain climbers for 30. We've got this. Catch your breath. Here we go. Really fast pacing. Feel that burn. You're going to have a little extra rest as I explain our next 4 exercises, so go for it. Yeah, Philly, so good. You got it, Barry. Nice. Keep going. Halfway through this last thing for our mountain climbers. Make it count. Yeah, blistering paces. I love it. That's it, Greg. Nice. Nice work. Take a little break. Deepen your breath. Next round of squats are going to be a squat curtsy, which we take for 20. So you take a squat in between before sweeping leg from side to side. Staying low. That's gonna get our quads nice and worked. Our upper body is gonna be a plank kick through for 20. So swiveling on opposite heel as you shoot the leg towards opposite hand. Staying nice and solid through your center. You can always do straight up press-ups again. We're still gonna do those balance works, but we're pulsing for 5 now, and then 2 knee to chest. So just adding a little more balance challenge, and then we get 4 rounds of wide-legged burpees. Let's go after it. I wanna keep this to a reasonable time frame, so here we go. Squat, excuse me, squat curtsy. Let's go. Come on down low, prepare. 20 seconds here to work with what you've got. 3, 2, 1, I love it. So those arms can sweep nice and wide, opening up through the chest, giving you a little more access to breath here. Yeah, that's it, nice Jeannie. So good, so we're doing lots of squats in 20 seconds, right? So good. Change. Plank kick-throughs. So opposite arm taps opposite foot as you swivel on that back leg. Staying nice and solid through your center. And hips do not lift too high. So you're in a plank, and just think keeping those hips in a plank as you rotate from side to side. A lot of core work to get that foot and hand connection. Change. We're returning to our airplane pulses for 5, double knee to chest. Left leg grounds. Maybe slow down the pulses to really feel that back right leg engage. And lots of belly engagement. Whoa! Knee to chest. Hello, left side balance. Great work, you guys. Change. Wide-legged burpees. Pace yourself. Add the jumping where you want or take it out entirely, you decide. So setting up your body to float through space requires a lot of work through your center to provide those light landings. Yeah. Deepening your breath to sustain this energy for 30. Yes, so good. Change. Back to the top. Squat curtsies. Let's do this. Let's catch our breath. Here we go. Sweep it from side to side with a little squat in between. Can you find that breath returning to in and out through the nose, maybe? Yeah, so good, Barry. You got it. Change. Plank kick-throughs. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So still staying connected to your core as you rotate through your body. Yeah, Bronny, nice. Strong through the upper body to support this one arm, one leg balance. Change. Nice one. We'll find that right leg supporting, pulse for 5 with the lifted left leg, knee to chest twice. You got it. Tipping forward thanks to that strong abdominal engagement and engagement through that right side leg. Nice work. Let us do our wide-legged burpees. Here we go. Get after it for 30. Yeah, keep going. Finishing strong. Love it. Keep going, keep going. Yeah, that's it. Nice, bro. You got it, Dougal. Woo. Change. 2 more rounds. We've got this. Squat curtsy. Deepen your breath. Here we go. Sweep it from side to side. Open up the arms. Feel that deepening through the breath. Nice depths in your curtsies. Yeah, Phil. Fantastic. Let's find those plank kick-throughs. Set up in your plank. Engage through the navel. Here we go. Yeah, really good hip height, everyone. Fantastic turning. Three, two, one. Change. Again, grounding through that right leg. That left leg pulses for 5. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Is there a little more lift through that back leg? Is there a little more tipping forward of the chest? Play around with that. You got it, Cooch. Such strong balance work. Change. Burpees for the 3rd round. Commit to this one. Let's make this one our favorite, right? Here we go. Before the bell, 30 seconds. Again, traveling with intention. Keep going. Stay connected. Yeah, that's it, Bill. I love it. Nice work. 3, 2, 1. One more round. I realize we're going a little bit over, so if you have to dash, I totally understand. Squat curtsy at the top. Finishing strong this last round. Staying low in your squat and just sweeping from side to side. Getting that bonus work through the adductors as we take those leg lines behind us. Change. Plank kick-throughs. 20 seconds. Here we go. So it's almost like you're tossing your leg from side to side whilst adding that little plank. Yeah, Greg, nice. Change. Here we go. Last time to balance. 30 seconds to make it really strong. It's the left leg we lift. And catch your breath. Preparing. Such good focus, everyone. I love it. Yeah, nice, Barry. Change. Wide-legged burpees, and then we're done. Thank you all for staying till the end. So good. Here we go. Just fire these up. Starting out this sprint so strong. Yeah, that's it, Bronny. You got it. Fantastic work, Cooch. Nice, bro. It's like you guys are all floating in space. Yeah, Jeannie, nice. That's it, Hamish. Woo. Yeah, Phil. I finished before the bell, sorry. Fantastic work, you guys. I love it. So good.